I tend to avoid having regrets. And whether or not that's a thing that's just broken in my brain and I don't recognize, where I should have a regret for a thing. I mean, I feel remorse about some of the shit I've done in my life that I look back on and I'm like, that was kind of a dick move. I had to pull my kid out of Scouts about a year or so ago. It's a regret because he and I were really both enjoying him going to Scouts. Gave us something to do on my night off. He was learning, some skills that I remember from when I was a kid. But I had to pull him out of Scouts. And the reason I pulled him out of Scouts is because the people who are in charge of the group were publicly and actively in support of kids in cages on the border. I don't give a fuck what your politics are. If you are a leader in the Boy Scouts, in the fucking Boy Scouts, you can't look at children in cages and go, fuck them, they're foreigners. No, you can't do that. You can't do that and then pretend for a second that you're going to teach my child morality. So I had to pull my kid out of Scouts. And it's a regrettable decision in that I regret that I had to make that choice. I don't regret making the choice because it's a simple rule. If you're okay with children being in cages, fuck you. The children. And don't give me that horse shit about it's their parents' fault. They should have. You're still putting children in cages. You are only justifying the shit behavior. And you're not doing anything to change it. That's a problem that people have. There's a tendency to be selfish and insular. Not selfish like I'm holding all my shit for me, but to be selfish as in you see the world through your own lens. We believe that hard work and perseverance is the key to success, but it ain't. It sure as fuck ain't. Huge portions of that are luck. Even larger portions are connections and general contacts, honestly. It's how good you are at a thing is less likely to push you forward as who you know. So the idea of us getting better through perseverance and hard work. They say that with 10,000 hours, you're a master at anything. But I could spend 10,000 hours, driving back and forth to work and still not be a master driver. Some shit's not masterable. You can be driving every day and then have a bad fucking day and your mastery's right out the fucking window. Same thing goes with carpentry or plumbing or masonry or any other fucking skill. That guy just run the red light, who cares? But I don't have a lot of regrets. I regret having to be forced to make the decision to pull my kid out of Scouts. It would be great if they would take the religious aspect out of it. I mean, it really fucked them up a lot when they heard me explaining to my kid that when they refer to, God in their thing, we don't follow God, which is fine before anybody freaks out. None of the fucking Christians do either. I mean, there's a lot of comments about how the Christians should treat people at their border, immigrants and such, visitors, passers through. Y'all ain't acting very Christian. So, I mean, I'd like to get my kid back into Scouts, but at the same time, not as they are. Because they can claim all the change they want, but believe me, right down at the base level, the mentality and the ideals that they follow tend to attract a certain kind of person. And like it or not, the faithful are pretty fucking intolerant. They honestly believe and pity you for not believing in their mythology. That belief in myth is more sensible than belief in reality. And there's the fact, is that it's just scarier. Reality is, I didn't want to pull my kid out of Scouts. I had to. Because a bunch of the people who run the fucking Scouts are okay with children in cages. And if you're for that, you do not deserve to be teaching children morality, period. It's just simple rules. You are in support of psychologically damaging children because their parents are trying to escape to a better place to make a better way for their children. And your response is, no, live in shit. Go fuck you. Back to your own country where you have no rights, you have no power, and you're going to be murdered. Have fun with that. We're going to sit here and pretend like we're on the high and mighty horse. Nope. And those kind of people are all over the Scouts. It's sad. I hear a lot of people referring to, their faith as telling them to help others and help the homeless and yada yada yada, and ain't fucking one of them adhering to the principles of their fucking faith. If you see a child at the border and your thought is lock that little fucker up, put him in handcuffs, as a matter of fact, just to make it clear that we ain't gonna tolerate that shit here in America. The nation built out of fucking immigrants. We're not gonna tolerate you trying to come here. Don't give me no illegal or legal bullshit. It's an invisible line on the fucking planet. We drew it. We can decide how people fucking cross it. Legal and illegal? How'd your fucking ancestors get here? How many fucking Native Americans got slaughtered so that you could live in Philadelphia? Milwaukee. It could be worse, I suppose. I have a cool kid. Overall, he's pretty solid. Anyway, so yeah, I have some regrets. I regret that I had to pull my kid out of Scouts because the people involved in the leadership are not good people. They can think they're good all they like, and they can pretend like, they're doing a good and Christian thing, but in the final analysis, they ain't doing nothing Christian. Christians would be treating people better at their border. They would be treating immigrants with some semblance of human fucking dignity. But that's not what's going on. What's going on is you got a bunch of fucking fake-ass Christians who are claiming the popular faith so that they can fit in. That's all that's going on. Oh yeah, I believe that too. No, you fucking don't. Nobody believes that shit. Not in the fucking Christian community. Insular fucking assholes. It's like they all fucking forgot that Jesus got pissed off at the fucking church and went into the temple and started throwing fucking tables around. Fucking assaulting people. So when they say, what would Jesus do? Keep in mind, beating the shit out of people and throwing tables around might actually be, conceivable. I'd like my kid to get back into Scouts. Like I said, it was something we really enjoyed. I don't know that it would work now. Him and his mom moved to Colorado. That's a whole thing I'm just not talking about right now. Still trying to help her with real fucking problems. But there's a regret. I regret having to decide that my kid couldn't be in Scouts anymore. I regret finding out that a bunch of the people who run the Scouts are fucking asshole racists who aren't fucking Christian. And I'm not Christian either. But I don't fucking claim to be. And in most of my fucking views, let's be honest, I'm very Catholic and Christian in a lot of my beliefs. You want to talk about marriage? Ooh, I'm really Catholic when it comes to marriage. Openness, inclusivity. Hey, I'll tell you what, Christ was about that actually. Yeah, 3,000 people showed up at the fucking door. Would Christ turn them away? No, he would fucking feed them. Look around, see if anybody has, got a big fucking tent they can sleep under. Something. He would help. Christ wanted to help. Most of you fucking people can't wrap your brain around that concept. My dad, I used to one of my favorite things to poke at him is he was a card-carrying member of the National Alliance for White People. And I used to ask him all the time, and it's like, I don't understand. I mean, you have a problem with the Jews, but you follow the teachings of Christ, who was Jewish. And he'd get pissed off about how, he broke from the Jewish faith and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, but you dislike the Jewish people, not their religion. And then he'd try to turn into, it's like it's intertwined. Well, you can't have one without that. And it's, you can't have someone like that claiming to be the moral high ground. Hitler thought he had the moral high ground. He thought he was in the right. The righteous always do. They believe that they are on the side of right. It's part of why I dislike the political spectrum using the term right and left, because then everybody thinks the religious right is right about something. And it's not that they're in the right, it's that they're on the right, like the left side and the right side of the scale. They're not in the right. Most cases, religions try to limit rights. They try to limit your options of what you're allowed to do. Muslim? Want to have a beer? Nope. Depends on how fundamentalist you are. Christian, Catholic, don't want your girlfriend getting pregnant? Better get good at the withdrawal method. You know what they call people who use the withdrawal method? Parents. Anyway, traffic sucks. I'm going to jump off here and pretend like I don't want to start screaming obscenities at any of these people. Have a good day.